again, guys. It's me, Athena, coming at you with the next installment of the YouTube Pagan October Challenge video series. I'm sorry about this angle. There is a thing I have noticed that you can sometimes use in your favor. Whenever I actually want a red light, it's green all the way. It's weird. Literally, I have passed 3 lights that are usually red and they're green, and I have not been able to stop to adjust this wonky angle. So I apologize, and I will fix it as soon as I possibly can. But I don't. It's a hands-free recording, and safety first. Okay, I've adjusted it. That's as good as it's going to get without just taking the whole thing off the window. Anyway, today I wanted to respond to day 8's prompt, which is random thoughts. And as mentioned in my previous ghost video, random thoughts can actually turn out to be not at all random and impressively clarifying at times. I'll explain. My sister and I, for 2 years now, have called each other every couple weeks just to catch up and to share all of the times that random thoughts turned out to be very relevant. One example that happened to me last fall, it was in November after the time change had occurred. Therefore, it was freaking dark by 5:30, and I was driving home from work. As I turned onto this road that I drive on every single day, I noticed for the very first time that there was a deer crossing sign, watch for deer sign. That sign probably had always been there. Never really noticed it before. Can you guess what happened next after I noticed that sign? In less than a minute, there was a deer right there on the road. That could fall in the category of several different things. You could call it a spirit guide. You could call it intuition, guardian angel. Whatever you want to call it, it was an example of a random thought that very quickly came to some sort of fruition. I don't know what it is that causes those things. Something I mentioned in my last video is that until I learned otherwise, I really did think like your imagination was just your imagination. If you come up with weird stories and thoughts, that's just you having an overactive imagination. However, when these thoughts pop up out of nowhere, they're not really random. I took an online course, as I mentioned. I took it through one of the hosts of the Psychic Teachers podcast, which I don't actually listen to anymore. I used to consume those voraciously. And one of the hosts' name is Samantha Faye. And she, on her website, offers different courses. I took I think it was like a 6 to 9 week class that there was homework for. And there was a live webinar type thing. It might have been Skype. I don't know. It's been since 2016. One of the exercises, she partners you up and you communicate with this person via email. You share with them a picture of someone close to you who has passed. All you give that person is a photo. That is it. We hear you, we see you, you matter. After you get the photo, you do a meditation, a centering, very deliberate, prescribed steps that you take. And then the assignment was that you use automatic writing to just kind of put yourself into a trance and to write anything that you get, any information you get while doing that. After that, you write up your findings and share them with your partner. I have always felt like I had little to zero actual intuition, other than maybe some dreams or just feeling a vibe off somebody, but that was kind of it. And I was astounded by what my partner's response was to what I shared with her. I got some names right. One of the names was like Joanne. I've got names right. I got occupations right. I got one of the pets right. There was a lot of stuff I did not get right, but just all of that, I was like, holy crap, I cannot believe. Literally writing down things that popped into my head, random thoughts, was intuitive. It was being in tune with this person. Something I've learned, though, about these random thoughts and how this works with me, at least, you can't force it, obviously. I can't make it happen. I will never be going on stage and professionally reading people in any capacity. It comes when I'm not thinking about it, when I'm daydreaming, thinking of something else, whatever. It's like this voice, but it's my own voice, pops into the back of my head. I feel like it comes from all the way in the back. And the difference between the random thoughts that have meaning and just my own constant thoughts, because I'm going to tell you, it never shuts up in here. Never. That whole, like I said last time, I'm an air sign, and I think I spend way too much time in the ether. And it's not good. It's not like I'm up there thinking of rainbows and butterflies. It's like dominoes. Every thought I have goes a million directions and knocks over a million dominoes. Yada, yada. It's not my regular thoughts. It has a certain quality about it that's almost lower, like a lower, confident, quick voice. Again, it's my thoughts. It's not anything creepy like I'm hearing voices. It comes to me and it just be like, you haven't checked your tires in a while. And then that's it. I have finally learned, and I'm still learning. I can't say I remember all the time. But I notice now, when a random thought pops into my head, I stop and I pay attention to it for a second. And I'm like, oh, what was that all about? Do I need to be worried about my tires? What the hell's going on? Sometimes things like that will convince me that I should probably go take my car in, that it's been a while. Incidentally, I had to buy new tires not that long ago. Weird. When I was getting a pneumonia vaccine, probably in May, due to some chronic issues, and as I sat down to get it, boom, in my head, I was thinking about my dad, and I was like, I need to talk to my dad about looking into getting one. He's getting older in age, yada yada. It was not a week later that he was hospitalized with pneumonia, double pneumonia, congestive heart failure. He was about 2 hours away from death. Now, I didn't do anything about it, and I don't think a vaccine could have helped. But what I'm saying is, I am watching the needle and pneumonia and my dad pop into my head. Random thoughts. I'm going to say 99% of random thoughts are very easy to explain away and say, well, he's getting older, he's 78, of course yeah, you're right. It's just interesting when you pay attention that sometimes it feels a little bit too spot on to be a coincidence. I don't really believe in coincidences, by the way, and that makes me crazy, I'll tell you. My sister and I, that's one thing we do lament sometimes. She'll say something like, I was driving and I randomly started thinking about this guy at the gym. I don't know why I was thinking about him. I don't even care anything about this guy. He's just someone I've noticed. And when I arrived where I was going, he was there. Not the gym, by the way. Somewhere like a restaurant or a Target or, whatever. And she and I will spend a while saying, what is that? What are we supposed to do with that? Okay, you think of someone, there he is. What do you do? And her response, I think, is a legit one. And it's kind of where I go now, too. You just send them a blessing. Send them a prayer. They are not like this example. It's not like she's friends with this guy. She didn't go talk to him. She just has always noticed him, and there he was. I've had the exact same thing happen to me about 15 years ago with a karate instructor. Don't know why I was thinking about him. It's not like he was hot. It wasn't one of those things. He was on my mind, and then he ended up being sitting in a restaurant. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's not like the restaurant was near the karate place. It was a good 30 minutes away. So, anyway, we send them a blessing and say, I hope everything's going okay with them. If it's a stranger or someone we don't know well. If it's someone we do know well and we can bring ourselves to do so, sometimes we reach out and call someone. There is someone, I will tell you, a friend, an old friend of mine that I have not seen in years, but I adore her, and I feel like I had a dream about her, and then someone walked in who happened to know her, and we talked. So basically, I know I need to call her. I'm horrible about phone calls, so I haven't done it yet, but I also know if I don't and something happens, it's gonna make me crazy. Not like I can save her, nothing like that. I just, sometimes when you have those feelings, it makes you wonder, do they need to hear from someone who cares about them? Because she's on a pedestal. She is a rock star superhero. So even just talking to you guys again today about this, I know I need to give her a call. So I'll set a timer and try to do that. Okay, I think that's all I have to say, and I'm gonna let you go. But feel free to comment below if you've ever had a random thought that turned out to be not at all random. I love those stories. I know sometimes they're not happy stories, but it's still really validating to know that your brain isn't just messing with you, that maybe you're getting messages from somewhere. I don't know. Thank you, as always, for watching.